Hi, I'm Peter Cottrell. I'm a professor in physics and astronomy at the University of Canterbury, and for my sins I'm also an Australian, but I've been in New Zealand for about 30 years, and so I'm almost acclimatised, almost become a proper Kiwi. In my research work I'm involved in looking at stars, looking at the spectra of stars in particular, and trying to analyse them and understand them from where they've come from, where they fit in terms of the evolution of the galaxy, the universe, and individual stars as well. And individual stars can have very, very subtle effects that can occur that actually tell you a lot about where they've come from. So how did I get to where I got to? Well, I did an undergraduate degree. I did it at the University of Adelaide in Australia in physics and applied maths. I got to the end of that and thought, not really wanting to go on in physics, but I'd like to go on in something that applied that. So I thought it would apply a bit of my geology, a bit of my applied maths and physics and chemistry, and stumbled across astronomy. And so I did a PhD in astronomy at the Australian National University in Canberra, and then did the ritual postdoctoral positions where after you finished your PhD you go and work for researchers, and I did one in California at Caltech, and then a second one at the University of Texas at Austin. Actually it's fun and I like it, and I've been doing it for probably 35 years. I won't tell you that, but I have been doing it probably at least 35 years, and I still enjoy it. So I mean, that's why you do things. If you didn't want to do these sorts of things, you would have gone out and done something else, like being an accountant or a lawyer. But no, I still really enjoy doing science and finding out what things are actually all about. One of my colleagues, baseball colleagues, asked me, I said what I did, and his reply, he comes from the public service, was, "That sounds interesting, but is it economically rewarding?" And my reply to him now would be, blood oath. It's been rewarding in so many ways, and financially, I seem to do all right now. And I think it's enriched, lives of all sorts of people. All the graduate students, undergraduate students that I've had interactions with has been a fantastic for me, and hopefully for them as well over the time. The collection of hippopotamuses, I thought I'd just pick out one. As you might be able to sense, there's quite a few of hippopotamuses in there for every occasion. It started from my involvement in the Southern African Large Telescope project, the SALT project, back in 1997. It's a few years ago now. But I've made many visits to South Africa as part of that project. And I started by sort of collecting every time I went, so I'd be going once or twice a year, I'd collect the hippopotamus. One time I collected 2. One time I collected a fairly big one which my wife suggested was a great idea to bring to work. So they've all eventually ended up at work. Now I'm in the position where people give them to me because they know I collect hippopotamuses. This one here was a very particular one that I got in South Africa. These are beaded animals that are done, lots of beaded stuff was done in South Africa. Amazing stuff that they do just on the street, wire and beads. And I'd seen certain animals in South Africa, and I said to the person, "Do you have any hippopotamuses?" And they said, "No, but we'll have one by the end of the week." I sort of now know where they've all come from. I need to have an inventory of them as well. And I actually have even got a certificate of adoption for a hippopotamus at the Auckland Zoo.